Hey, I'm recording here from Bitcoin Beach in Venezuela, in Cuyagua, Bitcoin Beach, the real Bitcoin Beach, where you can pay on-chain with Bitcoin Cash or BTC or Dash or Dogecoin, whatever you love to spend, you're welcome to do it here. So we just learned about what the president of El Salvador did, and many took the opportunity to talk some shit about what the Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro had done before. And I would like to clarify, because I had first-hand experience with the Petro and the whole crypto community during the past 2 years here in Venezuela. So what happened when Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, did give 30, well, he gifted half a petro to the population. So it was voluntary, so people could use it, or they didn't have to use it, and they also didn't have to make any minimum deposit. They just had to be registered on their platform, and anybody who was already registered, they got the money. So it's like a government platform. It's called Patria, and on that platform people do a lot of stuff related to government. So everybody who is connected here with the government, he uses the Patria app already, because the free money they get, it comes also through this app. So they have always been receiving some free money with the Patria app, and this is how they introduced the Petro. So when they introduced the Petro, they just gave it to the people like that, and they implemented a system where you would pay with your thumb. So it would be so easy even for the grandmother to spend it. Okay, so this is what happened here. So they invented the Biopago at that time, and then the people could pay with that. The Biopago, it brought some problems to the merchants, because it took a lot of time until their funds were redeemed, because they received Petro, but so as nobody here was really dealing with Petro, they wanted to trade the Petro for Bolivars. And that took time, because the payouts were in Bolivars. It was a promotion campaign for cryptocurrency and QR codes, and this new thumb system also, that like your grandmother, she can pay with a thumb. And that's important to these people here, because they don't have a phone, the smartphone. So many have a phone, a normal phone, but not a smartphone like the general population. But the top 10, top 20, top 30% economically, they have it. So that's a great difference. So here it was voluntary, the introduction of the Petro, and it kind of failed because the price dropped significantly, and short time after, many merchants didn't want to accept it anymore. But if you knew how to do it, then you could still make a lot of money accepting Petro. It was just that few people knew how to do it right, and I was one of the only who understood it in Caracas, in the capital. So I supported a bakery to implement the system, and then to take the Petro, change it for Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin change it to Bolivars on the exchange, local Bitcoin. And he made a lot of money with that. So he had like people lining up from 8 in the morning to 8 in the night. The whole street was crowded in front of his shop. It was beneficial to him because he knew how to do it right. Many other merchants were complaining because they didn't understand that they just had to set the price higher for the articles of the petrol. So if people would pay with petrol, you would simply charge them a higher price, because the petrol, with all the exchange and the real value in the free market, you would lose money otherwise, because the value dictated by the government website, it was $60, but in reality the petrol is only worth like $15 on the free exchanges. So that was the only trick you had to do to benefit from that. And it's a huge difference. And the president here also, he promoted Bitcoin mining, Ethereum mining. I went to a ferry where they had like miners, an exhibition, and they would explain to people here, this is how you do mining, please do mining, get your own income doing mining. And I think the government here is really good for Bitcoin. I've seen only very good efforts of them to introduce people to this new currency. Yeah, because they also don't like the dollar. They don't want to have the dollar here, but it's because the population has chosen to use it, and the population here is very free to do whatever they want. So that's why the government at one point said that, okay, now you can also use it legally, because yeah, we've seen you've been using it anyway all the time, so just use it. But yeah, still the government or the president here, he knows that he must get rid of the dollar because it's fucking his economy with all the inflation. And yeah, basically all the territories where the dollar is implemented are already occupied. Okay, so if you see a country where it's officially like the national currency, like Ecuador, El Salvador, then you already know it's not like a free country. It's like a colony of the United States. And yeah, so that's how you could see El Salvador too. Like, it's a colony of the United States. They are doing an experiment there with the Bitcoin, because they see that yeah, whatever. It's really hard to make any conclusions now. But I'm just observing, and I see that there was a lot of confusion about what happened in Venezuela 2 years ago. And 2 years ago they promoted mining already, and 2 years ago they already integrated Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash into the banking system. Okay, so here it is already integrated for many years in the banking system, but nobody talks about it. Why? Yeah, because they don't like Venezuela. Okay, the media, they just want to make bad propaganda about Venezuela, and they cannot make anything positive. It's just sad. Like, people outside of Venezuela, they have a very different perspective on reality than people that are living inside of Venezuela. So I welcome everybody here to take a look at Bitcoin Beach. So we are Bitcoinizing the first town here by 2022. We want to have all the commerce in this town being done with Bitcoin. And until then, yeah, they will still use the dollar, and the tourists, they will still bring dollars here. It's a very touristic place. It's a very beautiful place. This is one of the stronger economy places where really some millionaires also make vacations, and it's really beautiful, and it's very well protected. We have, yes, complete security here. You can leave your smartphone on the table. Nobody is going to steal it. It's like really different. You just gotta see it. It's in Cuyagua, it's in Venezuela. They now have a website which the Real Bitcoin Club set up for them, and yeah, making progress. I mean, we have 1 year to do it, and I think in 1 year, Cuyagua, Venezuela will be the first Bitcoinized town, which means that all the economy within the town will be Bitcoin. So when tourists bring dollars, they will still accept it, of course. But we will also make approaches to introduce the tourists to the crypto. And there are already tourists coming here who exclusively spend crypto. So it's really worth to visit it. It's all I can say. I've been in Venezuela for 2 years, and it's such a beautiful paradise. And it gets so bad propaganda outside. And yeah, anybody who comes with an open mind and who loves nature, I'm sure they will have a blast. They will have a blast in Venezuela. It's like if you love nature, this is the place to be. This is the country to be. Peace.